Relationship advice. Update: Dad left us, and a decade later wants to reconcile because he has cancer. Am I wrong to be angry? Original post. My dad left us and started a new family when I was 14. This had a profound impact on myself and my family. Life as a child of a single parent was hard, as you can imagine. The government benefits was hardly enough to support 3 kids. We lived below the poverty line. My mom became an alcoholic. I started working as soon as I legally could to help with the finances. I sacrificed my childhood so that there was electricity and gas in the house. I started failing at school and paid out of my own pocket to hire a tutor. I went to university locally, even though I had better offers elsewhere. I have a good and stable career now. My family lives with me, but I feel they are not respecting me. Recently my dad got in touch with my younger sister through Facebook. She met up with him and brought him back to my home. He didn't apologize for the pain he put me through. He made it all about himself, and tried to gain sympathy with his plight. Am I the a-hole for not caring and not wanting him in my life? I told him to leave. My mother and sister tried to defend him. We got into an argument and I threatened to evict my own family. We have not talked for days and my home has become hostile. What should I do? Now for the top advice before reading the update. A-holes are a-holes. A-holes with cancer are still a-holes. A-holes who die are still a-holes. There's a tendency when people pass away or become sick, for others to feel like they should overlook bad behavior or reconcile, just because the person is going through a hard time or we might not get another chance. No. If he wanted to reconcile, he should have done it before he needed something. He has cancer, and as with any serious medical condition, there's a huge strain on both financial and emotional fronts. He only came back because he wants your help, probably with both of the above. He's not interested in reconciling for your sake, or even because he wants to make amends, because if that were the case, then he wouldn't have only been focusing on himself. He's back in your life because he wants something from you. Your mom and sister, and probably you as well, have been wishing your dad was a different person for the last 10 years. Now he's showing up and acting like that's the case, like he wants to be part of their lives again, and like many people, offered the thing they dream and wish for. Your mom and sis are willing to suspend their doubts and go along with it. The reason they are so mad at you, is because you are bursting the bubble of their dream with your refusal to ignore the reality of what your father has done. You can't force them not to have a relationship with him, but you can and should set boundaries for the house that you own/pay for. If you don't want him there, then they just have to visit with him elsewhere. You will respect their desire to see him, but they should also respect your desire not to see him. That is a perfectly reasonable compromise under the circumstances. You're completely justified in asking him to leave and in being angry. They can have a relationship with him if they want, but they shouldn't bring him to your home without your permission. This was my first thought. OP had to step up and be the man of the house, and his sister thought it would be okay to bring their dad to the house her brother had to provide for them in? OP, you have every right to be infuriated, especially because he didn't even apologize. He is not sorry, he is guilty. You're entitled to your feelings. He does sound selfish. It's okay to tell your sister to not bring him by again. Are you being taken for granted? That sucks. Abandoning your kids and family, leaving them in financial turmoil where the freaking 14-year-old has to step up. Yeah, he sounds selfish, and that sucks is a pretty freaking mild way to put it, lol. Now for the update. You guys are right. I can't force my family to accept my views of no contact with my father. I resent this man so much. I can't stand the sight of him. After I posted yesterday, I was invited to have dinner with my family. To no one's surprise, my dad and his new family were there. I picked out the 2 most expensive dishes on the menu and we had a chat. I heard his thoughts on the matter of being an absent father, but I didn't bring up any of our hardships. My mother and sister made more attempts to make me forgive him. I forgave him, but that doesn't mean I need to have a relationship with him anymore. Again, my family protested that I'm being cruel and heartless. I'm not. Many people survive cancer and his lung cancer is in the early stages. I told them I would not be present at any family events if he was there. My sister shouted at me claiming, "He is our dad, you a-hole." Yes, he is, to which I replied that he needs to take over his responsibilities as a father. I told them I had cancelled the tenancy on the house and we need to move out by end of this month. My sisters need to return the iPhones that are on contract, as I am cancelling those. Driving lessons will be cancelled, gym membership will be cancelled, subscription services will be cancelled, and everything else that I pay for. These are dad's responsibilities now. Ate my dinner and left them with Bill as a little act of petty revenge. I have been staying with my girlfriend and have not answered any texts and calls from them. I need a break. I'm done. I'm done taking over dad's role. I'm done with the financial responsibilities or acting as the parent. I'm 25 and I need to live my own life now. I don't think this will burn bridges. It's just a wake-up call for them. Edit, I'm not going to ghost or abandon them. They need to become independent now. Edit, I'm reading all the comments. I know I have acted like a jerk. I just need some time to collect my thoughts. I might update later. Now for some comments. I read your original post and your update, and I have to say that I'm freaking proud of you, dude. Stick to your guns. If you can take anything positive out of this entire ordeal, is that it's made you very responsible. Your sister and mom depend too much on other people. You are independent and have been since 14. Good for you. I have so much respect for you. I can understand all too well the pain of having a parent abandon you. And I can't imagine the added pain of your mother turning to alcohol, only adding to the financial burden. It's harsh, but you have worked hard to support your mother and sibling when it is not your responsibility. If he wants the title and respect back, then he can step up to the plate and fill the father role completely. Screw him, it sounds like he only came back because he was diagnosed with cancer. It should have never been my responsibility. I didn't work out of love for my family, or some sort of charity. It was out of desperation. We were so close to being put into the foster care system. Our lives would have turned out much worse. Your mother can make a claim for back child support, now that she knows where your dad lives. You might want to call a lawyer. It does not matter that he has cancer. The money is owed. It doesn't really matter. That's her choice. It's too late for the child support payments to be of any use. He's not well off, and can barely sustain his new family. Now for the next story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to take my dad and stepmom in? Title sounds horrible, but hear me out. I, 32 mil, had a bad relationship with my family. My dad showed an unbelievable amount of favoritism and treated my half-brother differently. I was always told to do things for him, sacrifice my time/future plans/my health, just so he could be happy. In other words, my half-brother has been, and will always be, the golden child. I donated my kidney to my half-brother, when my dad and stepmom were freaking out and worrying sick about him for being on dialysis for a short period of time. I was expected to step in and help, because family and I had to do it. My dad decided I was no good for my brother's health, and kicked me out of the house so they could focus on my half-brother. I lived with a friend of mine for a while. I worked several jobs, but I didn't get the chance to attend college because I was busy helping my brother. My half-brother moved out of the house, and got his own place while he went to college. I'd hear about my family via friends/neighbors who are still in touch with me. I rent alone now. And I'm currently dealing with a number of medical conditions including anemia. This has been affecting my work and I'm doing all I can to keep things balanced. Anyways, my dad reached out to me last week wanting to meet with me for a talk. I agreed, and I have no idea why. I just wanted to hear what he had to say, since he sent people to get me to set up a meeting so we could talk. He told me that he can no longer make his mortgage payments due to his inability to work, and spending money on medication for his condition, as well as some debts. He said that his son's fiancée refused to take him and my stepmom in, and asked if I was willing to let them stay with me till they figure something out. I was taken aback, and I didn't know how to respond. All of a sudden I remembered why I'm in this situation, struggling both physically and emotionally, working more than I can handle, paying for everything on my own, dealing with stress and anger, because of how I was treated by my own family. I told him I couldn't take them. I refused to discuss this any further when he started talking about what my mom would have wanted, and how I should help like I'm expected to, just because their golden child wasn't being supportive. So, it's now my problem and I needed to fix it? I haven't spoken to him since. Now he's at it again and wanting me to help out since I already have my own place. Even said that I was trying to get back at him because he had me help my brother when he was sick in the past, and claimed that any other brother would have done the same. The thing that really got me was, when my dad cried. He rarely ever cried before, and he's the type that acts tough and refuses to ask for help, but he kept talking about the hurt my half-brother caused him, and he clearly didn't expect this treatment from him after everything that he's done for him. Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. He kicked you out. He is no longer able to ask you to be a bailout card. If anything, your half-brother should be the one stuck with his father's complaining. They leached enough from you. Yup, and to add insult to injury, they kicked him out after he donated his kidney. Slap away a helping hand, don't be surprised when the helping hand vanishes for good. Not the a-hole. You already gave a kidney up for a family that treats you poorly. Please don't give them any more. Not to mention he's trying to emotionally manipulate him. Using his mother, crying, saying your brother won't do it, so you have to. And you have always done things for me without me giving back to you, so why would I expect to stop? Not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. You gave him a kidney and they kicked you out? Don't waste another word on these a-holes. Yep, the father bet on the wrong son. He can fend for himself. Now for the last story. My parents are getting a divorce and I'm angry at my mom. I'm 14 male. My parents are getting a divorce. I don't know the full story of what happened or why it happened. The only thing I know is that my mom cheated on my dad. I really can't believe she did that. I feel angry with her. I know she's my mom, so I can't stay mad forever, but I just feel like I can. The family was all good, then she had to come and mess everything up. She didn't care about anybody's feelings but her own. Then there's my dad. He's a complete mess right now. I understand why he is. His whole life just got flipped upside down. He's just been sitting and sleeping in the front room. Anyway, I need some advice on what to do now. I don't really want to live with my mom, if one of them end up moving out, but then I don't want to be angry at her either. Any advice on how to deal with my mom? They're also my dad. Any advice on what to say to my dad? Because I've never seen him this upset. Now for the top advice. As a divorced dad with kids who got cheated on, just tell him, as far as you're concerned, your relationship with him has not changed and you want it to get stronger, and give him a hug. That would have been all I needed to hear, but unfortunately her mom dragged her into the divorce where she had no place being. Neither do you. You can feel about your mom however you want, but in the long run, the best thing you can do is take no sides in relation to any drama which will be going on. Choose who you want to stay with. Hopefully the laws of your land will help your dad stay put, if this is your choice, and shut either of them down if they try to bring you into the battle. The adults need to adult, for a period, hopefully short. They will both probably be acting like anything but. Just stay out of it. I'm sorry you're having to deal with this. It's difficult at any age, but you are too young to be expected to shoulder adult burdens in my opinion. Without knowing more of your relationship with your parents, I hope you are safely able to express your emotions to both of them. Your feelings are logical and natural, but they may best be worked through with a professional. So, your parents may be able to provide such a resource, once they know you're struggling deeply with the situation. You being mature and asking for help, might even prompt your parents to also seek after such help for themselves. In any event, you need an outlet to release these emotions and work through them. It's okay to tell your mom how angry you feel with her. The more you can keep it about your feelings and not accusations toward her, the more productive it will probably be. Though I'm sure it will be hard not to assign fault. It sounds like there is blame to be given in your situation, but I don't think it will help you to focus on that when talking with your mom. I'd encourage you to more share how sad you are, and concerned for what your family/home situation looks like going forward. You can't heal either of them, but your love and support might be monumental for your father right now. My friend's mom cheated on his dad, and he has never forgiven her. He literally hates her with a burning passion and never plans to speak to her again. Turns out she married her affair partner and have been together for the last 12 years. His dad moved on and married a fantastic woman, and is extremely happy, and has tried to get his son to forgive his mom and have a relationship with her, but he still refuses. I feel bad for him, but I can understand why he is so angry with her. And that's it for this video guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day everyone.